I hate to tell you this, but everything you've been taught in your life is all wrong. In this video, I'm going to show you that getting good grades, getting a good job, saving for retirement, all of that, it may not be the best model to be living anymore today. When I learned this rule, what I'm going to teach you today in my 20s, it changed the whole course of my life. And I know it can do the same for you. So stay tuned. All right, welcome back to Market Disruptors. So today we are going to talk about the path to wealth. And like I said in the intro, everything that you've learned is not right anymore. It's all different. And like I always like to say, the answers have changed. So it may have been the right path at one point. We're going to talk about the path to wealth. Everything you've learned is all wrong. It wasn't the right answer back then, and it's definitely not the right answer today. And I'm going to show you that in order to play the game, in order to win the game, first you have to understand it is a game. You have to understand what game it is. You know, there's all different types of games you can play, and I want to show you the game that you want to be playing. What are the rules of the game? And then, of course, most importantly, you always want to know how are you going to win the game. So if you don't understand those things, how could you ever win, right? You can't. In order to play the game of life, or I should say to win the game of life, is that they believe that at some point if they work hard enough, they get good grades, they get a good job, they work hard enough, they can save up money, and hopefully at some point they'll have enough money to retire. That's the game. Go get good grades, get a good, go to a good school, get a good job, save enough money, put it into my 401k, put it into my mutual fund, some type of directed plan, and hopefully when I'm 75, I'm gonna have enough to retire. There's another way. I don't believe that's a game worth playing. The model is broken, and I'll show you why. Today, 1/3 of baby boomers. Now, baby boomers are the group of people of a population that's retiring right now, and 1/3 of them have no savings. None. So that old adage of go to school, get a good job, save for retirement, it obviously didn't work. It's broken. It didn't work then. It's definitely not going to work now. 1/3 of them have no savings. Half of them have less than $100,000 saved up. And the average debt of baby boomers is over $100,000. So do the math, right? 1/3 of them have no savings. Half of them have less than $100,000. Now, just to put this into perspective, if you have $100,000 saved for retirement and you put it into the best retirement plan that you can get that's supposedly safe and is going to pay you your interest, assuming the markets don't crash in a year and you lose all your money, at best, you're hoping to make about $300 a month. So with $100,000, you're hoping to make $300 a month. Now, who can live off $300 a month? Nobody. Half of them have about 100,000 and the average debt is 100,000. So it didn't work that good. And imagine the problems that's going to happen in the economy when all this starts to play out. So I want to propose a new game. And it's actually not a super new game. It was taught to me by one of my first mentors. Now, it wasn't a personal mentor that I knew. It was through a book. So if you don't know anybody that you can get mentored by, I always talk about reading books. Now, if you're liking this and you want to hear more, give me some thumbs up. If you don't, give me some thumbs down. And of course, leave me questions and comments so I know what more content to bring to you guys. But I always tell you that you should be mentored, and you can use videos, courses, books. And so one of the first books when I read when I was in my early 20s, and it really changed the course of my life, was by Robert Kiyosaki. And it's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's a very basic kind of entry-level book, but it's super important. It sets a foundation. And he introduced a rule called the cash flow quadrant. And this is something that I have set my life by, and I want to introduce it to you guys who aren't familiar with it. So the cash flow quadrant, basically you have E for employee, you have S for a self-employed small business owner, you have B for a business owner, and you have I for the investor. And so this is the quadrant, and the new game, the game that I've been living by for over 20 years, and the game I would recommend for you to live by, is the game of trying to move from the E to the S to the B to the I. So as the employee, you're trading time for money, all right? You have no leverage over your time, no leverage over your life. Your taxes are the highest here. Actually, your taxes get taken out before you even get your money. So you have no control over anything. You can move to the small business owner or the self-employed role, but really that's just a sometimes it's a glorified employee because now maybe you're working harder than you were before. As a matter of fact, your taxes are also higher here because now you have to pay like self-employment taxes and things like that. Really, you want to be getting over to the B, to the business quadrant. As a business owner, now you have employees or systems, and so the business can run without you. This is where you're going to get the maximum leverage over your time. Also, you have maximum tax write-offs as well. So you're really trying to move from the E to the S, and then hopefully as you're self-employed, then you can build your business up to become a business owner. And then ultimately you want to become an investor. Now I've been a professional investor for over 20 years. So the majority of my income has come from this quadrant. However, I am also still a business owner and I make money from here. The important thing is that when you're in these two quadrants, especially in this quadrant, your taxable income is way, way, way down. Well, the income is still high, but the tax rates go down. I've already earned my income and paid my taxes. Then after taxes, I invest my money here, and of course it's earned less. So this is the game. I'm not going to go more deep into that. If you're interested, I recommend you read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. But that's the new game I'm proposing, is to learn the cash flow quadrant, learn to climb through the 4 levels, right? Leave the employee stage of trading time for money. It's false security anyway. A lot of people think that starting a business is risky because with a job you have security, but if you didn't realize, jobs lay off people all the time. And when all you have is that job as security and you lose that, you lose everything, right? Not to mention it's the highest tax bracket. So the small business owner is definitely the better place to go. You get a little bit more leverage. It's a little bit more secure only because you don't have a job that could lay you off. And now at least you're in control of your own future. You're in control of your own destiny. So that's the game. It's the game worth playing. And more importantly, it's the game worth winning. In the next video, I'm going to explain actually how to play it. I'm not actually just going to explain how to play it. I'm going to explain how to win at this game. It's the game you want to play. Don't play the other game. Don't believe that old adage. As I proved to you, it didn't work for those baby boomers, and it's definitely not going to work for you today. The new game is the cash flow quadrant, and in the next video, I'm going to explain not only how to play it, I'm going to explain how to win it. Make sure you tune in next week for that. And that's it. To your success. I'm out.